So Tennessee State Reps Andrew Farmer and Justin Pearson get into a heated confrontation over gun legislation. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Tennessee State Reps Andrew Farmer from Sevierville up there by Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Dollywood, and Justin Pearson from Memphis getting into a heated confrontation, a heated clash over gun legislation. Now, Justin Pearson, you may recognize from about 2 or 3 years ago, part of the Tennessee 3. There was a protest out there on the floor. It was a whole big mess. He got a lot of attention and notoriety and a certain level of fame from that. He's still here. He's still up to his old tricks. This time, the ruckus is about gun legislation. In Tennessee, where I live, we have permitless carry, which is a great thing. I love it. Great idea by the local government here in Tennessee. But Justin Pearson is against it. He doesn't like what's going on. And part of the reason why he's against it is because his brother died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, before I go any further into it, let's get to the video. If you want to see this video in full, I'll link to it in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit that link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
My brother, I planned for his entire funeral. My fiance made his obituary. I made sure that he was taken care of, even in death. That's what I've been doing.
Now, a little bit of context. He's been gone from the Capitol since that happened, and that happened back in December. I understand you're going through a grieving process. You got to plan the funeral. You know, your brother might have had kids. Where the kids going to go? I get it. But I've experienced death in my family before. My dad died. My granddad died. But I died, by the way. Yes, he did in 2007. So I've experienced this. It don't take 4 months to handle all of that. Okay, it is what it is. I've literally experienced it. I've literally been part of it. It doesn't take 4 months to do all that.
So when I understand where you're at and what you're doing and why, but at the end of the day, we've been here working. Mm-hmm. We've been on the House floor voting on bills. We've taken the tough questions. We've taken the tough votes. Yeah. And we're doing so. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's fair for you to come here and lecture this committee on hard work when we've been up here doing the hard work.
And thank you, Chair Farmer, for your comment.
Now, before he gets into his response, I want to say rest in peace to Mr. Pearson's brother, and prayers out to him and prayers out to the family. I don't want to come off as insensitive, not empathetic. I don't want to come off like that. But what I do need to do is be a realistic person. It doesn't take 4 or 5 months to sort all that out. I know you're grieving, you're going through a lot, but death is part of life and life goes on.
Comments, they incense me. They make me very, very angry. Very angry. Not just because of the lack of regard, but the disrespect and the same denigrating tone that you used on the State House floor when the vote to expel me happened. It's disrespectful.
So now we're going back to some old stuff. Remember I said back in 2023, there were some issues and they were expelled. It was him and a colleague. I forget the guy's name, but 2 black guys. It was some racial stuff, at least in their mind. He's a Democrat. The House is controlled by Republicans. You're going back to that. Let it go.
It's unbecoming and it's beneath the standard of a person who's supposed to represent in the Tennessee House of Representatives. It is a pathetic excuse for you to not answer the question of why we are doing nothing about the gun violence epidemic than to personally attack me. But let me explain to you what I have been doing, Representative, since you asked. My brother, Temperance Darnell Pearson, one of the loves of my life, passed away from gun suicide on December 1st of 2024. And since that happened, it shattered my family like gun violence has shattered so many families.
That's not gun violence. That's your brother doing something to himself. That's called self-harm. Gun violence is when someone is shot by somebody else. That's gun violence. What your brother did is not gun violence. They try to include those numbers in gun violence statistics, but it's disingenuous to say that at best.
shattered my nephew's lives, my mother, my father, my other brothers who are remaining. I buried my brother. I planned for his entire funeral. My fiance made his obituary. I made sure that he was taken care of, even in death. That's what I've been doing.
Look, man, I done been involved with funerals. I done paid for my dad's funeral. It don't take that much time. Okay, my uncle, he took care of all the back end stuff, all the this and that. And then the funeral, okay, you pay for it. All right, boom. And then you move forward. Dad left me, I think it was a pension, took the pension money, took some of that, took care of the funeral. It took just a few days and then that was it. It don't take 4 months. I'm being serious. I've been through this before. So I don't speak from a place of having no empathy. I speak from a place of experience.
But also, not just that, I went to all of my nephew's schools. I met with their principals and their teachers to ensure that they are okay. I gave them and made sure that they had grief counseling and that they're seeing a psychiatrist. That's what I've been doing. And while you're talking about hard work, you need to realize that our job is not just in this state house with these marble floors. Our jobs are on the streets and in the communities that we serve. And so while you've been here passing bills that have been hurting transgender children, while you've been here passing bills that have been hurting the poor, hurting the marginalized, hurting the disenfranchised, while you've been here passing bills that have not ended poverty, while you've been here passing bills that have not helped people who need Medicaid expansion, while you've been here doing the hard work of making sure that our state is not the state that it can be, because you have decided.
Representative Pearson.
Reality of our situation is only to be.
Representative Pearson.
While you've been here doing that, I've been in my community.
Representative Pearson.
Meeting with young people, going to school, registering
Representative Pearson.
voters. That's what I've been doing, hard work.
Okay, so I'm going to let him finish, but all of this is because my man Andrew Farmer was like, well, you've not been here. We've been here working. You've not been here. Your brother passed away early December 2024. It's now almost April 2025. That's a long time. What have you really been doing? It don't take that much time to do what you're talking about.
Work doesn't just happen with this legislation. It happens.
Representative Pearson.
And I was not disrespectful to you. That you resort to yelling. Basically, everything you just told me, you just did.
Okay, and then here's the end part where they have the confrontation. Yeah, so look, Justin Pearson, I understand, man. Rest in peace to your brother. RIP to him. Prayers out to you. Prayers out to your family. But bro, man, everybody has dealt with death in their family. Everybody's dealt with that. You're not special because you've had that happen to you. It's unfortunate, and I don't wish it on anybody, but that's part of life, and you got to be able to deal with it and move forward as a man. It's simple as that, because, listen, as I close, I want to say this. We all have challenges in life. We all have bad things that happen to us, but your test as a man in this world is how you deal with it, how are you able to grieve, take care of that, take care of your mental space, take care of what needs to be taken care of, and then you move forward. If you're not able to do that, then society can't really function because all the men are just wallowing in the misery. Some may say I sound insensitive. Some may say that I sound like I just don't care. But I'm telling you, as somebody who's been through it, how many funerals have you been to? I've been to funerals where it's kids. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff, so I can't just let that weigh on me and let that prevent me from being able to do things in my life. Again, if we all just did that, took 4 months off of work when something bad happens, then nothing will ever get done. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about what Justin Pearson said to Andrew Farmer? What's your opinion about what Andrew Farmer said to Justin Pearson? Again, Pearson is the guy who has a problem. He's the guy whose brother had passed away. And Farmer is my man from Sevierville. He was saying, hey, well, we've been here working. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I'm most certainly in favor of permitless carry in Tennessee, 100%, because the criminals don't care. Justin Pearson, you're from Memphis. You know these criminals don't care about no laws. The criminals going to have their guns regardless of what laws on the books. You're not going to stop gun violence by having laws because the criminals don't follow laws. What you need to do is empower the citizenry to protect themselves from the criminals. Also, when the criminals get caught, you need to go hard on them. I don't know what it is here in Tennessee or particularly in Memphis, if it's different laws in Memphis. But in Virginia, if you get caught with an illegal weapon, that's 5 years off rip, mandatory minimum. 5 years off rip just for having the illegal weapon. So if criminals are punished heavier and citizens are empowered, that would make life better for the majority of law-abiding citizens. There's places like right around where I live where you might have a little bit of crime that happens, in a car break-in, something like that. But I tell you what you're not going to have is a lot of home invasions because everybody has guns. Try that around here. You might want to like jiggle some door handles in front of somebody's house at night to take something in their car. But you're going to go inside that home where you're going to be lit up like a Christmas tree, 4th of July. You're going to be lit all the way up. People know that, so that deters the crime from happening. That's the best way to curb actual gun violence. We're talking about somebody hurting themselves. That's an internal issue. I don't know what happened to your brother, what he was going through, but that's an internal mental issue. The gun did not make him do what he did. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.